Predator 3500/3000 2023 model. So it's got that different style, or newer engine, where the coil is up here on the top. Was not getting a spark. Couldn't figure out why no spark. Was hoping it wasn't the coil, but started tearing it all apart. I had it down to everything. First thing I checked was the CO2 sensor to make sure that wasn't bad. What I did there was I just eliminated it by taking the plug out, and there's I think 6 wires there. What you do is you just connect the green wire to the white wire and the brown wire to the black wire, and that bypasses the CO2 sensor. You can disconnect your oil sensor on the other side of the motor here, and that will eliminate the fact that maybe that's not, because those are set to ground out, basically, is what happens when they're going off and they don't allow the spark to take place. So did that. Still no spark to the spark plug. So thinking it was coil, tore it down even further to make sure I could get to that coil, which is right in there on these newer style. But then my buddy happens to mention that he messes around with Predator motors all the time because they have little go-karts that they mess around with. He said, before you go tearing everything else apart and buying a new thing, he says, check your spark plug cap, which is right here. Obviously, the spark plug's down in there. And there is a wire that comes in there from the coil. Right there. That wire comes in from the coil. He said, check that spark plug cap, see if it's bad first. He says, he goes, we get that probably once a year on our go-kart motors where we have to replace the cap there. So anyways, he says, unscrew that. So that actually unscrews that part there from the wire. And he says, put that wire up against the bolt, which, for here is right there. Just put it up against that bolt, try to start it. And if you get a spark, then it's a bad cap. Well, lo and behold, that's what it was. So I was getting spark there at the bolt, but not through the cap to the spark plug. So got on Amazon. They have a 3-pack of these things. I think it was $8 for them, a 3-pack. And I don't know if you can see it or not, but anyways, you can see there's a screw in there, literally, and you screw that wire into the spark plug wire, and voila, there you go. So anyways, before you get too frustrated, no spark issue, check the cap. It's a very simple, easy fix.